has different, arms or I guess like branches of their company, and they're not in the same vertical or not in the same product space, they share that same brand trust.
Yeah.
Nike, let's say, like if they sell, I don't know, boots.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I know that Nike's a shoe brand, and so if they were selling boots, it's like I have a certain level of brand trust and awareness of the Nike brand.
Yeah.
And so it transfers a little bit.
They do sell boots. They sell the Nike.
There you go.
So
There you go. All right, super secret
Founders Drive.
Who do we have today? Who's on the docket today?
We got our boy Richard Branson.
Sir Richard Branson.
Sir Richard Branson. Yes.
As of 2000.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do we want to talk about with Sir Richard Branson?
So we can talk about his philosophies for building a business, but I think you had an interesting jump off point about his notoriety in the UK versus America, and I'm curious to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think more and more people in the UK see him as like an idol, a celebrity, prominent business figure, and I think some people know about him in the US, but I'm not sure that personal brand / trust has really crossed the chasm between the two countries in terms of global.
Do you think it ever will?
It's interesting. I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs in America that have a lot of the things that he offers. There's a market for everybody.
So this is the big leagues.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean,
it's like you're fighting in not the UFC, but
I mean, yeah, it's
Showtime, baby.
Yeah, you don't really need that you don't really need that to be successful. And so I don't know if it will ever become a American staple, or something like that. But it is interesting to just see how that plays across the two countries globally, because he is. I mean, even watching like the Diary of a CEO, he's like, I started this because you were the golden goose of who I wanted to have on my show. Like, this is the whole reason I started this entire thing. Got that 15 million followers was just to interview you.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, like, I mean, not something I would have gone, because it's just not my.
He's not that. He's like the
Elon Musk or the Zuckerberg or the Bezos
of the UK in terms of entrepreneurship.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, America is a very entrepreneurial nation. It's core to what we do. I mean, capitalism, and even though we have our internal opinions and conflicts in views on that, a lot of people are still. I mean, it's still central to what we do. Even the people that are against entrepreneurship end up becoming an entrepreneur of some sorts because it's the best path to getting your message out, communicating, making money, pursuing your ambition. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is the best vehicle for pursuing your ambition, and it's not the case in other areas.
Right.
In the world, and so it stands out when we see it, but it's like having a star basketball player or a star athlete and then bring them into America. It's hard to stand out. You have to be the top of the top of the top, and even then there's so many different
options and stuff
that it's hard to compete. So it's like another analogy is going to being an entertainer and going to Hollywood or LA.
Okay, yeah.
Where there's just so many different things vying for your attention. If you're in the NBA team, they have 2 NBA teams that play at the same place.
That's right, yeah.
And most of the people won't show up if you're not good.
That's true.
They'll probably go to the Dodgers, or there's so many different avenues there. So I am curious to get into his business rules.
Okay. Yeah, let's do some of those.
Rule number 1: employees first, customers second, shareholders third. Treat your people well, and they will treat your customers well. Customers who are treated well become loyal. Loyal customers generate the returns that shareholders care about. Reverse the order, and the whole chain breaks. Employees first, customers second, shareholders third. What do you think about that?
I think too many people get that wrong. I think too many people reverse it and think they're this smart business person.
The shareholders first did people put.
Yeah.
And then if you get your shareholders first. So this is interesting because I think it's
what's good for the shareholders. The question people ask.
What's good for the shareholders? Well, we did it for the shareholder. We wanted
instead of what's good for the employee, what's good for the customer.
Shareholder value. Shareholder value.
It's like
no, but all of them are important. It's like how do you check off all the boxes. The reason why I find this one interesting is because I'm thinking of Jeff Bezos, whose customer obsession first.
Yeah.
To the point where he will turn over employees, and
that's true.
Shareholders, essentially are, I would say are last in the chain.
But he definitely swapped the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's more so a framing thing and less so a value thing. I think all three you have to value your customers, but
yeah,
I think Branson's approach is, like he said here, like they were saying here, it's like if you focus on your employees and your team, then you can better serve your customers.
I don't know of a scenario where you would ever put the shareholders first, because it feels like those other two support that last one, no matter which way you go.
Mm-hmm.
But putting shareholders first, maybe, I don't know. That's an interesting one.
I think what you're saying makes sense in the regard that what I'm playing around in my head right now is I'm thinking about the AI situation right now.
Okay.
And shareholders are reaping a lot of value from AI infrastructure investments and tech layoffs, even though the companies are doing great.
Okay.
But you could argue that they're not putting their employees first. I mean, literally, they're not.
Yeah, what employees? Yeah. They're all gone.
Yeah. But they are still focusing on the customer.
And there also might be seasons of it, right? AI era.
Yeah.
There might be a season of, okay, we can do these things because we're more efficient, and it looks like the shareholders are being put first, even though it's really like the company and the health of, the sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't sit in that pocket forever.
No.
Because then you start ignoring your customers, you start ignoring your employees, and it's just like, it'll crumble real quick.
Yeah, it's mostly in service of the customer. I mean, I guess like strong manning that action and argument, it's we can deliver a superior product if we are invested in artificial intelligence, and even if we have the profit margins today, the new technology is that important that we have to make sacrifices now to better serve the future customer.
Right.
So I mean, there's that angle, but
there's always a way to twist it, to make us look like the good guy.
It's this discipline.
You're getting laid off, but this is for the good of the company.
Mark Zuckerberg called it like executional discipline or something like that.
I mean, spin it whatever way you want.
Yeah. So, rule number 2: look for industries where customers hate the incumbent.
Yes, that's a great one. British Airways had a monopoly on air travel in the UK, and when he got his first flight, he made it a very humanizing experience, welcoming everybody on board, making sure everyone had everything they needed, right? Having all the amenities, making it very humanizing, where I feel good about giving you my business versus you're taking my business.
So, and that's a big thing. So Branson, he didn't enter music, airlines, mobile, or banking because he had a unique expertise, is because the people were being mistreated and people didn't like them. And it goes back to the whole idea of your product differentiation. What you're producing, there's multiple things that can be a differentiator. It could be the messaging, it could be the treatment of the customers and the service there. But I think right now we've been conditioned to believe that innovation is in the material only and not in the experience and the messaging.
Right.
And the faster you understand that, the more opportunities reveal themselves, because you know that you can walk into a space and be like, hey, these people hate these people. So if I could produce something similar, And it doesn't even have to be this good.
And I don't want to offend you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'll get business.
And that's the thing. It's like we've also been conditioned to believe that price only reflects the material. But people are also paying, that price includes how people feel and their expectations about whatever they're purchasing. So there's a lot to take away from that. I mean, that's a big one that's not explicitly said, but it's important. The reason why I keep coming back to the whole message, your message is part of your product, and there's all these different areas, is that you might go to somebody and first of all, you might shut down your idea because you're racking your brain to think about how different you can be in the wrong ways. And then two, you might present your idea to somebody and they'll be like, what's different? And you have to know the things that you can talk about that are different. And then three, somebody might tell you, you can't go into that market. And if you can see these areas, you know how to ignore the BS, the bad advice.
Yeah.
Because we have so many examples of this right now where if somebody's like, well, you know, even in tech, if somebody says, well, somebody's already doing that thing, then we know how to hold our ground and say, well, we are different because we're doing these things different on the experience and the messaging, etc. Another example I saw was somebody was like, if 10 people in your industry are doing the exact same thing as you, and they have more resources than you, and you do the same thing, but you position it as if it's solving a different problem, then you have a fundamentally different product, and you can own that space because the messaging changes the way people see it. So that's just a big one for me, and it's something that I think more entrepreneurs need to be taught, is how subtle the
framing and positioning of your offer is.
The brand is the asset, the business is the expression. Build the brand before the business. Once the brand is strong enough, you can attach it to almost any customer category, and you can start to build trust. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, like, the reason that he's so successful in going into all these other adventures that are not very closely related, you know, music producing, record selling, airlines, I mean, he had Virgin Brides at one point. Like, there's so many things that he tried.
He had Virgin Brides.
Like, and I think it's because that brand is a vehicle for him to transfer the trust underneath that umbrella across his different verticals. And I think that's super important. You see that with companies now. You know, if a company has different, you know, arms or I guess like branches of their company, and they're not in the same vertical or not in the same product space, they share that same brand trust. You know, Nike, let's say, like if they sold, I don't know, boots, it's like, okay, I know that Nike's a shoe brand, and so if they were selling boots, it's like I have a certain level of brand trust and awareness of the Nike brand, and so it transfers a little bit.
They do sell boots.
There you go. There you go.
Boom. But then watches, wearable, like different things. It's like we just trust them. We just trust them more. Rule number 4: limit your downside, leave your upside uncapped. And this speaks to that whole Boeing situation. But I mean, that one. It's very true. These ones I love that one. Limit your downside, leave your upside uncapped. Love that. To me, that speaks to scale. It speaks to the whole world of software where we like big margins. We like to be able to scale, and it's just the nature of like what we do. Absolutely. And it's like, to me, it just speaks to efficiency.
It's also like the reason you owned a business is to not have a salary cap. Essentially. You know.
But specifically, I mean, in our space with scaling, like I hear other people talk about scale. And it's just baked into the way that we think about.
That's true.
You know, problems.
Product and stuff.
And I think it's just cool. It's like just what we, you know, our culture as software engineers is we like scale talk. So I think that's really cool. The rule number 5: sell the thing you love and sell the thing you love to save the thing you need.
I mean, selling the record label to save the airline. It's certainly something that you have to understand what's happening. I mean, it was such a good play for him too, because the digitalization of music eventually kills a lot of those businesses.
Yeah.
Airline travel has been steady and growing since he's made that change, and so it also goes with a lot of conviction of like, I think this is the way of the future, and so I'm gonna put my, I'm gonna double down on it.
This is one that I want to get more into.
Okay.
Showmanship is free advertising.
Yeah, if done correctly, it definitely can be. I think it definitely, like, some people have a different way of doing showmanship, and so it could lead into like a brand risk type thing, but
dress in a wedding dress for a Virgin Bride launch.
Exactly.
Drive a tank down Fifth Avenue for Virgin Cola. Fly a hot air balloon across the Pacific. Each stunt costs a fraction of equivalent paid media reach, which is a big thing. Content is a big thing too.
If you want to be known, if you want to be known for these kinds of things, you have to go do those kinds of things. Like, if you want to be known for doing dope shit, you have to go do dope shit.
Exactly. And that's how you brand, is essentially.
That's like the best way I can put it. I don't know.
He just
not very scientific, but
it kind of is, in the sense where it's, if you want to be associated with dope shit, you have to do dope. Like, it goes with his anti-establishment ethos. Just like, well, I'm gonna go and support the anti-establishment folk, and then it goes to the high risk profile that he has. It's like, well, he wants to be associated with that, so he does it. Then there's the whole fun is not optional. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. This is not a wellness slogan, it's operational.
A lot of people get that wrong. A lot of people get that wrong.
About that.
Bro, there's especially middle managers.
They just suck the fun out.
There's so many people that don't understand it. Yeah. They don't understand that things can be fun, or they should be fun.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And somebody that talks about that too is David Ogilvy. He's a big one who talked about in company culture. For his company culture, he was like, we want an environment where people enjoy coming and having fun, because a playful attitude is a creative attitude. Playful attitude is a creative attitude and brings out the best in the people, but a playful attitude is an attitude of exploration.
Yeah, it's not like throw out all the rules, but it's build an environment where your people are comfortable to be their best.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not a high stress environment where everything's on fire all the time.
Yeah. And then we have listen more than you talk.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah. And take care of your reputation. It is the only thing you cannot buy back.
I mean, I like that, and I think it's a really good example of him still being cognizant of the brand and reputation, even though he might be, dipping his toes in some of these brand risks.
Well, I think it shows to his savvy and his understanding of how to manage a brand.
Yeah.
And where it fits and when to take risks, when not to. That's the thing it's a skill.
Yeah.
It really is a skill. Yeah.
100%.
Company branding, personal branding. Richard Branson.
What a great episode on Richard Branson. There's and he's still alive. He's still doing dope shit.
Yeah.
So there's going to be opportunities for us to weave in more of his story into some of the other founders that we have planned, and maybe even do another episode on him.
I would love to, and I would like to take. I mean, I think about him alongside the Ogilvy, and there's a couple other marketing folk that I'm really interested in exploring. But the way that he approaches life, I think, is really cool, and I think the way that he approaches entrepreneurship speaks to a lot of what I believe in.
I wish more billionaires would treat life the same way he does.
Yeah, have a little fun.
Exactly.
Do your thing.
You're not getting out of here alive, so have a little fun while you're here.
Have a little fun while you're here. You got the money to.
Exactly.
Don't stress.
All right, if there's another founder you guys want us to cover, let us know.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week on Founders Drive.
Peace out.